So now that you have done some research on human geography terms and found out some definitions and hopefully gotten a pretty good understanding of those, we're going to work with those a little bit. And if there are some terms that aren't perfectly in your brain or you haven't completely understood yet, that is okay, because we're going to take the next few days to do that just in a different way than just staring at terms. So what we're going to do is, as you see up here in the top, you're going to use those human geography terms, and that's going to drive things forward as you create a new settlement. There are a number of steps that go into this assignment, and it's going to take a few days, and we'll talk about each of those steps today. You're not going to have an assignment with this creating a settlement project for today. Starting tomorrow, though, that'll be the first thing. You'll start on the first step tomorrow. So for right now, all we're doing is just going through this sheet and getting you familiar with what'll be going on this week. So I want to remind you of the learning target that we have that was also at the top of the human geography terms document. So the learning target is identify and define major human geography terms. So here's how we're going to do that as it's listed here where it says assessment objective. It says you're going to use your human geography terms document and create a new settlement in a place that does not already have an established settlement. And if that seems weird or confusing or you're wondering how we're going to do that, don't worry, we'll start that tomorrow. I'll explain all that when we go through step one. And the other part here is each day you're going to use a new group of terms to add to your description of your settlement. You will not have a paper map. When we did this in class, most students just didn't even touch the paper map. So don't worry about the paper map. That won't really be a thing that you need. It will be a thing that, you will want something to write with still so that you can jot down some notes. But really the primary thing you're going to use is Google Maps and then individual documents that I will put in Classroom each day. So here are the steps that we're going to take. And I just realized I had a typo here. Here are the steps that we're going to take to do this project. You can see first, step one, the terms that we're going to do are agriculture, autonomy, boundary, concentration, crop, emigration, and immigration. So everything that you do on this first step is going to have to do with those terms. And so here's the scenario, basically. You are emigrating from this place. And when I say this place, it's kind of wherever you feel like it should be, at least the Twin Cities metro area. If you want to make it way more specific and say you're emigrating from whatever community you live in, that's fine too. There are some of you that might not be in Minnesota right now. You might be somewhere else, whether that's in a different state or a different country. So wherever you're emigrating from is where you are actually from, where you are right now. And you are immigrating to a new place for people to live. You're going to choose 15 to 20 people to bring with you. These can be real people, or they can be fake people, or they can be celebrities, or a mix, doesn't matter. You're going to list their titles. And the reason I say that is if you don't want to put real names, you don't have to. You could just say like dad, mom, or you could say doctor, farmer, or baby, or whatever you want. So you're going to list their titles, the age of each person, the gender of each person, and the race, or you could say the nationality of each person. And the reason you're doing that is because later on in step 3, you see the word demographics there. That's a word that you found a definition for. And so we're going to do a little bit of work with demographics based on the people that you're bringing along with you. It's your settlement. It must be able to have autonomy by supporting itself with agriculture. You must create a boundary. It should be away from existing high concentrations of people. And you're going to describe what crop will grow there. So you'll see how this works out on a step 1 document that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. But this kind of sets the stage for what you're going to be doing to show that you can identify and define major human geography terms. So that was step 1. Step 2, you're going to learn about locations around the world. You'll describe the location of your settlement using man-made geographic terms. And you'll examine the region around your location and describe the natural resources available to you. Finally, you'll compare those natural resources with other locations at similar geographic coordinates. So that'll come for you on Wednesday. We'll talk about that and what all that means, how to figure that out. Step 3 will be comparing your settlement with an actual existing or historical settlement. You'll describe the culture, customs, demographics, density, and ethnicity of the existing settlement, and then compare that information with information about your own settlement. So you'll look at something that's real, something that actually exists, find out some information about it, and compare that one with yours. Step 4 is looking ahead to the future. So settlements advance and they learn about others and they form relationships. So you're going to look into the future and describe how your settlement will change over a period of 20 years. And the day 4 terms that you're going to use are up here. You got development, globalization, migration, sovereignty, sustainable, and urbanization. Finally, in step 5, you are going to demonstrate your learning of the terms as you present your settlement and your other findings to the class. I will explain how to do that in step 5. You're going to do a video of yourself. This will be the first time, at least in this class, that you'll take a video of yourself. It should not be too overly complicated, but I want to make sure that it is as easy as possible for you to do that. So that is what you're going to be doing over the next week, basically. Today, the only thing you need to make sure you have is all of the human geography terms defined from that terms document that you were given last week. Finish that out. Make sure that your definitions make some sense, that you understand them. There is a spot on the right that says notes or other notes. So if there are things that you need to put in there to remind yourself of things or to give an example, that's fine. If there are any terms in there that you just can't, you have no idea after searching and searching, then send me a Google chat and I'll help you through that. All right, sounds good. So look ahead to Tuesday. I'm looking forward to Tuesday. Then I'll share with you how to do step 1. Have a great rest of your Monday.